Hi, this is John with The Evolving World. Today I'm doing a quick video on upgrading a 1157 bulb from the old-fashioned incandescent, this one right here, to LED. These guys right here. So there's a lot of different varieties available, so I picked 3 of them out. So let's go ahead and see how they do. This is the tools we're going to be using. We're going to be doing a full bench test. And then we're going to be using a lux light meter here to see how much light they put out. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is how they arrive. They come pretty much all the same way. They all come first class mail in a little mailer. And this is what you get with these 3 particular bulbs. So this first one has a name brand on it, kind of. That's the name of it. And then the second, the type 2 bulb. This is how it comes. This one has some instructions, but there's really no, or some extra customer support, but there's no actual name. And this one's completely unbranded, unnamed. Here's the results of my bench test. First of all these things were done at 12.1 volts. So if your battery voltage is a little bit higher, so these numbers will probably be a little bit higher. And so I guess I'll just go down the list here on the first, our baseline here, which is our incandescent bulb from 100 years ago. We'll pretty much use it as a baseline here. So that's a standard 1157. It's a P21.5 watt is what it's officially called, and this is what I tested out to be, 19.36 and 4.84. So pretty close to what the advertised numbers are. And of course this has a nice uniform 90-degree pattern, meaning that when the bulb is inserted like that, or if it's inserted like that, you have a nice even light pattern. It looks pretty much the same from either angle there. And of course, the downside, of course, is it's basically a candle, or it's a heater. It produces like 80% of its energy goes to heat, pretty much. So not very good on the efficiency. Plus, they don't last as long as the LEDs here. And then so for our roundup here, we got 3 types here. And so type 1 here, these are all bought on eBay. And so they have different text claims, of course. So in the blue here, you can see that there's that's what it's called. 1157 and red LED tail brake. This one's high power 7 watt tail brake. This one's 1157 high power 80 watt LED. So obviously this one's not really 7 watt. This is not really 80 watt, but that's what they advertise. And this is the price range for a pair of them: $11 for the first type, $6 for the second, $13 for the last one there. And as you can see, the wattages vary quite a bit. This one was the most highest wattage, and it appeared to be the brightest. It also had a nice uniform 90-degree pattern. I really like that. So it would look like it looked like it would be directional, but in fact it actually turned out to be very, very nice. It looked equally from the side or from the top, so that was really nice. This one right here, as a note here, it's directional spotlight kind of. This one tended to be a little bit more spotlight like. It would be best if it was in that position. It wouldn't do so well in the side position because it looked like it put out significantly more light at the end here than it did on the sides. So that might be limited. Actually, the car that we're going to be testing it is actually going to have the bulb sideways, so it probably will affect that test. And then this one back here, this one had a nice uniform 90-degree light pattern. So when you looked at it from the side or from either position, it looked good. But the downside was it was notably dimmer. I think that's pretty much our information. You could probably freeze frame that if you want to study that more. But let's go ahead and put these in the car now and actually use our light meter and see what they actually put out as far as lumens. Here's our rig here. We got our light meter centered on the lens here. Got it about 6 inches away. About the right height. Pointing slightly downwards towards the lens. So it should capture the maximum amount of light there. So let's go ahead and take some readings. Okay, so here's the final results. So what we have here as a baseline, this is lumens right here, 651.96. That's what it puts out as far as lumens. And so we want to be better than that, preferably. I don't think anybody wants a dimmer bulb. Most people want a brighter bulb. So as you can see right here, these 2 failed miserably in that respect. As you can clearly see, those numbers are quite a bit dimmer than they were stock. And this one in particular was a big disappointment because for the wattage it was putting out, it should have been brighter. And in fact, most of the light was coming out the back. So if it was in this orientation, it would probably be quite a bit better than what the numbers are showing here. But at least in the side position, it came out not much better than this one right here, which was really a big disappointment because I thought this one was going to be better. And that brings us to what we have here is a clear and decisive winner right here. This guy right here is the champion by far. This is the one you want to get right here. Look at those numbers. 1015 lumens versus 651. That's quite a bit brighter. 264 at taillight is quite a bit brighter than 96. So what you have here is a nice bright taillight and even a brighter brake light. This is probably equivalent to like a 30-watt bulb here, you know, so probably a 10 and a 30. So basically what twice what this one is right here. So that's what we got here. So I mean, this is the one to get right here. I would highly recommend getting this one. Yeah, I just don't know what else to say. It's even got like an extra plastic layer around it, whereas these are kind of open exposed. If you look at these bulbs, you can see that the LED elements are kind of exposed. You could poke that, whereas this one has an extra layer of plastic around it. So for $13 versus these other ones, I mean, this was 11, so it's not even that much more expensive. Yes, it's twice as much as this one, but this one is basically garbage. So I mean, I wouldn't even, these two right here, I'm going to try to take those back, get my money back. But this guy's the one to get right here. So that's why I like to do these tests, because you just never really know until you bench test it and you know, actually test this stuff. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Many more videos to come.